Alrighty, hello everybody, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Taurus, and it's a twin flame love reading, which is always exciting. There was a little bit of a delay with me bringing these readings to you, which I do apologize for. I needed to take some care of some personal things, but it's all done now. So here I am, present. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner. And for those of you that are coming back to my channel, welcome back. All right. For those of you that might not know Taurus, what a twin flame is, a twin flame is that beautiful person that when you make that connection with them, it almost feels like the connection that completes you. With that being said, it's very important to understand that in life we get, especially when it comes to love, we get what we put out. So even though in this reading we look at you and we focus on your energy and we look at the other person, remember that in all aspects of life, not just life, in all aspects of life, when we find that balance within us, the desires of our heart come true for us. All right, so this is a general reading, Taurus, and we're going to see what it is that we are dealing with for you, what guidance there is for you from the universe. Let's see what we have for Taurus, please. I love this Oracle of the Seven Energies deck. There's links for all the decks down below in the description, but this particular one that Colette Baron Reed created, because when I work with this deck, I can feel the energy, I can feel the love that was put into it. And it says, wish upon a star. How wonderful is that for the start of a twin flame reading? So Taurus, this is encouraging you to really go into your heart space and to really get clarity about what it is that you want to have when it comes to love. But not only to get the clarity, but in a sense you are encouraged to speak up for that clarity, to speak up and say, this is what I want to have, this is what I desire, this is what I want to, what I would like to experience. There's that opening of the heart space, of the heart chakra that is taking place. Hi Res, hi, hello. There's that opening of the heart space that is taking place for you over here, Taurus. And this is also a space that is encouraging you to not be afraid. Okay, for some of you, maybe you've been burnt in the past, maybe you didn't have the best experience in love, and so there is a sense here of maybe being a little bit overly cautious, maybe saying that, oh well, I would fall in love if I had the time, but I just don't have the time, I've got so many other things to do. And the one thing that does come up for you here, Taurus, or maybe if you're dealing with a Taurus, you can maybe know that this is what's happening for them. It's almost a sense of justifying yourself out of a very good thing. All right. And so you are being encouraged over here to actually be gentle with your heart and to be kind with your heart. And to remember also, this is coming through quite strongly for you, Taurus. If you're dealing with a new person, they are not the previous person that disappointed you. Okay. So in a sense, be mindful to not sort of make someone currently suffer, sorry about checking the camera, to make somebody currently suffer for what maybe somebody else had done. All right, let's look at your tarot. I'm using the Muse Tarot for you by Chris Ann. What do we have for Taurus, please, for love? That beautiful twin flame connection. Because there is a connection that we all want to have, and I know that a lot of people is going to say to you that, you want to be at a space where you don't really need anybody else, because if you don't need anybody else, then, you're going to be okay, etc. And it's true. It really is true. But I mean, as human beings, we want to make that beautiful connection with someone else, because, it just brings that dimension of magic to our everyday, really. And this is really what this reading is all about. Okay. All right, they are so speaking. Okay, put this back in the deck. That shall be done. Let's see. So there's some cycles that has come to an end there, Taurus. Some really powerful cycles. So maybe you are a Taurus. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. Maybe you've got strong Taurus in your chart. Especially if you maybe have Taurus in your Venus, because your Venus placement is all about love and money. Let's see. Things are on fire. They are so on fire here for you. Okay. And you've got a page of materials here at the bottom of your deck, which is the page of Pentacles. This is a space of contemplating new stuff, contemplating new things, contemplating a new connection. I feel that for some of you, Taurus, this is a space where you may have considered letting somebody go, or maybe you just didn't open your heart right away. But this is a space of going, huh, this could actually work. Maybe they're the one. So I see you starting to have those kind of thoughts, which really fits in with this wish upon a star energy here as well. This is that space of saying like, well, maybe there's something here. Maybe they can make it work. Maybe I should be giving them a chance, or you're being encouraged by the universe to give someone their chance, because this is a space of contemplation, but it's contemplation towards the positive. It's contemplation with like, as I said, maybe we can make this work. Maybe they are the one. Maybe this is the person. This is recognizing that which your heart seeks and that which your heart desires or desired for a while. This is actually seeing that opportunity presenting itself. That's actually really beautiful. I love that for you. In your recent past, what brought you towards where you currently are, you've got the World Cosmos, which is the world in traditional tarot. Then you've got the Two of Inspiration, which is the Two of Wands, which is that contemplation space again, that energy which also goes with that wish upon a star energy, and Temperance. So this is so there's a lot of things that would have happened. There are a lot of things ending there in the recent past, wrapping up of a lot of things. And even when that happens sometimes, when we go through that almost sort of like an energetic gateway, sorry, and we're starting to sort of I would say see ideas, see possibilities, contemplating things we may not have actually thought that much about before. When we see those possibilities, and this is a sense of being in that flow. At times, even though it's what we want, we can go like, oh goodness, is this actually what I want? Is this the right person? Is this the right time? Should I do this? Should I not do this? There's that sense of almost being pulled in two different directions here. And I feel that it's coming more from you. There's many of you, I feel, that don't want to repeat a mistake from the past. So you're concerned about that. But in the same token, I feel that you kind of got that clarity within you there already, that they are not the person that you were with before. You kind of get that, which is fantastic. In your current space, we've got the Six of Voices, which is the Six of Swords, the Seven of Materials, which is the Seven of Pentacles, and look at the divine coming in there for you. Ace of Inspiration, Ace of Wands. This is the sort of like that. It's more than an epiphany. It's more like a realization. It's like it's almost like a calmness inside of your soul that this connection is bringing for you. So maybe Taurus, for some of you, you might be a little bit trippy, a little bit all over the place. Some of you might even be in a space where you're doubting yourself all over the space, left, right, and center. And I feel that this person that you're dealing with, they're doing something or they're saying something, could be a very small action. Maybe they're just bringing you lunch at work, or they maybe like, maybe via text or email or something, they just sort of like send you a voucher or something. Maybe get you like a, even like a cup of coffee. And, I feel that for some of you, it's almost like in those cups that you use for like takeout coffee. It could be one of them. This could be at work, so it could be sort of like free coffee already. So, but I feel that you're dealing with someone that they do something small that makes you, it's almost like it opens your mind, okay? Or maybe you do something for them. Coming towards you, this is very good news for this connection, by the way. That the wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Voices, which is the Ten of Swords, and the Sun. This is 10, 10, 10 energy, because the Wheel of Fortune is number 10, and then, the Ten of Voices, which is the Ten of Swords, is also number 10, and then the Sun energy is number 1, which is new beginnings, number 9, which is the energy of hope, and 1 plus 9 equals 10. Exciting stuff. Okay, so when I look at this, Taurus, this is a space of, for some of you, there is a space of having finally let go of another person, of another connection. This could also pertain more to your way of living, your everyday, like everyday living. It's almost like there's a space of looking at your world. Like say, for example, this is your world. This is obviously a yellow calcite crystal, but let's say this is your world. You're looking at it and you're like, this isn't working. this isn't working. All right. So there was that space of realizing there that maybe you had a connection with someone else. Maybe some of you said you're happy to be alone for the rest of your life, and that is it. All good with that. Maybe for some of you, you actually started to buy into the idea that you were destined to be alone forever. There's that space of letting go of a certain way that you believe that your life will be. And this is not just love. This is a certain way, Taurus, that you believe this is how your life is going to be. This is how your days are going to be. This is how you're going to grow old. Or this is how you're going to be for the next, say, 10, 15 years, 20 years. So some of you, it's almost like you accepted something. It could also be for some of you that you accepted that someone is gone. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this person left you, as in they broke up with you. Maybe it's a long illness. This could maybe be, and I keep on getting this for you, Taurus, repeatedly, but this could also be somebody that passed, like literally passed. And sort of left you feeling kind of desolated. But there's a realization here in the recent past. There's a realization here after this world cosmos. It's almost like reasoning, like logic stroke you like that, like a lightning bolt. And you realize that you had a choice here with the Two of Inspiration, with the Two of Wands. Are you going to stay where you are? Is this how you're going to live life? Is this what's going to be? Are you going to sort of like cry over the spilled milk of what didn't work out? Or you're going to sort of like, set your sights forward again. And I feel for many of you, you realize that it was time to set your sights forward. It was time to open your heart. It was time to have hope again. Because I feel for many of you, it's almost like you did all the right things, so to speak, in inverted commas. You did the right things, you did what you were meant to be or supposed to be, or the right thing to do, or but I feel that for many of you, that right thing, that right choice came from a space that felt almost compromised, and the realization here for you, Taurus, is, and this is the lightning sort of like that bolt moment. You are not that person that you were back then. You are not that person that took those decisions. You have now changed. And because you have changed, you are ready to move on to a powerful connection, to something beautiful. And I feel that for many of you, you made this realization. It's almost like you spoke to the moon. So maybe some of you did that. I'm a Cancerian. I love speaking to the moon. I will like sit outside on my balcony at night and I will look up at the sky and I literally speak to the moon, But I feel that some of you did this. You spoke to the moon. You spoke to the essence of life. You spoke to the energy of life. You spoke to source. You spoke to your guides, your guardians, the fairies, whatever it is that you speak to when you tap in. But I feel that there was a space of realizing that it's time to move away from the past, from what could have possibly been, and moving towards what could potentially become. And what I like so much over here, Taurus, is that you were pretty much fed up of the past. So it's not like it had to be this huge decision, maybe, possibly, and perhaps. You were like, bye-bye past, which is wonderful. So this, where you are at the moment here with the Six of Voices, with the Six of Swords, this is a space of getting new balance, but there's an opening of that mind. I feel that for some of you, you may have had very negative self-talk, perhaps. And this could be in other areas of your life. It could be things in work, maybe like, oh my goodness, I'm so stupid, or I hate this job, or I can't do this, and this is whatever, riding my back, this job is giving me a headache. Could be other areas of life as well. But that energy started to filter into your relationship that you have with love, that you have with twin flame. Because remember, as we were saying in the beginning of this reading, it is your energy that determines whether you make that powerful twin flame connection or not. All right, we have got a tendency to always look at the other person, and it's just human nature. It's how we've been brought up. That's just how the world operates. But a lot of us operates in a big way. But for a lot of you, Taurus, there might have been a space where it almost feels like you were blaming yourself for things that really you didn't have to blame yourself for. Like you've got no business blaming yourself for those type of things. And I feel that for some of you, and you might have even posted like pictures on sort of like, like on your social media, like Instagram and Facebook and those type of things, or other platforms where you were like, you know what? I'm so single. I'm so good with it. I'm so happy on my own. But many of you, I feel that you needed it to pull yourself maybe out of that rut for a while. But after a while, it's almost like what might have given you a lot of, happiness and joy, showing the world how happy you are and how single you are. It sort of lost its novelty because whilst it was maybe a coping mechanism that some of you might have needed at a stage, and obviously take it as it resonates, it doesn't have to be the specific example, you sort of got to a stage where I feel you were more interested in the sort of like the hard, honest truth of life, and this is a space where I feel that you are so ready right now, Taurus, where you are saying to yourself, I'm willing to do the work. I was like, what is making that funny sound? This is a space, Taurus, where you are saying to yourself, you are ready to open your heart, to flow with someone. And there are some fears over there, which is normal. There are some concerns over there, but I also feel that there's a gentle kindness for you that you're having with your heart at the moment. And I want to encourage you to really do that, because in the recent past, when we have the space of moving away from sort of like a cycle that we've had for a while, even though it's a beautiful, wonderful thing that opens many doors and many portals and all those type of things for you in all areas of life, it is also scary. It does take that space of getting used to it, because our minds doesn't always easily deal with change, even positive change. You get some people, they are poor, they win the lottery, and then it's just so overwhelming for them. They need to be booked in for a certain period of time. That is the reason why when you win the lottery, there is sort of like a acclimatization sort of program that you have to go through. Now, it's the same thing for you with love over here, but there's hope shining through here with the Seven of Swords. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this, because this is a space where many of you are currently deciding or have decided where you are right now, moving into that space of giving yourself an honest chance, which is beautiful. This is not a space of like, well, I was with that person before, I was with that kind of person before. Well, maybe it wasn't everything that I wanted, but at least I know what I had with him. And for some of you, there could be that space of maybe an ex-person coming back, or maybe friends are saying to you, hey, why don't you just go on a date with that person? Let's just see how it's going to go. This is a space of you going like, you know what? Even if I move forward on my own, I'm not going to go back there, because I already know how that story ends. And that is a wonderful thing, all right? And that is why this divine is coming through, this Ace of Inspiration, this Ace of Wands, because it is like that light switch inside of you, like that light switch of potential inside of you for how things could have always been. I feel that for many of you, you were sort of playing things in the safe route, and a lot of people might not have known that you're playing it safe, because you were not coming across as somebody that's playing it safe. But you know that you were playing it safe, and you're no longer interested in that, which is fantastic. What does that bring you? What does that potentially bring you? That is that Wheel of Fortune. That is things turning in a positive direction. You might be in a space here from these decisions that you are making. You might either have met someone in the recent past and it sort of tripped you up a little bit there, and then you started to move into that space. You took that brave step. Or it could also be for some of you that you're in that space where you're ready for something new, you're ready for a new connection, you're ready to be with a new person, and you're not ready to repeat the past again, because, as we said, you know how that story ends, and that is what's opening you to new possibilities. Remember, and some of you may or may not know this, but 95% of our communication takes place on a subconscious level. And because on a subconscious level, you really, as I said, you switch on that light. What is your true worth? What is your true value? Because you got that sort of sorted out. That is why new things can open for you, because your energy communicates in a different way. All right. Now, just very, very briefly, with your energy communicating, obviously, within our body, we set off certain hormones, certain scents, certain like very small movements that we don't usually pick up. But this is an idea of how a subconscious conversation can go. Let's imagine you're going to the mall, for whatever. You want a can of baked beans, something ridiculous like that. And you just here for the baked beans. And then maybe there's another person who maybe they want a packet of steak. you know. But on a subconscious level, you have that conversation with each other of like, I'm one of those person that I'm in a little bit of a victim mode. I don't really want a beautiful connection. I still need to learn a different connection. And then somebody else shows up and they're like, I can teach you that lesson. I can be that person to teach you that lesson. And then you meet each other, say maybe at the cabbage stand. And you go like, oh, you meet each other and you say to your friends, oh, it was so wonderful, it was so fantastic, and we just met, blah, 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 blah. Now, the same thing is happening for you here in a positive sense where you are open, Taurus, and you are saying to yourself, I'm open to a beautiful connection. I'm open to a love. I'm open to a new beautiful flow, and then you meet another person that says, oh, I can reflect that for you. So, there's that beautiful mind opening, heart opening that's taking place over here. And this is why you encourage to really focus on what it is that you wish for, what it is that you desire, Taurus, because as you focus on that, you send a different message to your subconscious mind. And as you send a different message to your subconscious mind, that is how you get what you'd like to get, which is what's busy happening for you at this moment. Yes, love it. So, things are turning in a positive direction. There's a lot of things going forward. There's a lot of things that might have hurt you before that is not going to hurt you anymore. There is a space here because, again, you're a different person. There is a space here, and I feel it's a conscious decision that many of you are making, Taurus, where there might have been a bit of a self-sabotage pattern going on here for many of you, where just when things are going well, you start to see a problem. Now, what's beautiful, because you have changed and your whole opinion about yourself and life and love and all those things have changed, there's a space of, instead of running away, there's a space of, well, let's talk about it. Let's address it. Let's see what happens. And that, and that, and that. This is what takes you to the sun energy, because fear can sometimes make a person self-sabotage, but you pass that. All right. Okay, let's clarify. This is a nice, full, detailed reading. I love that. This is obviously still a general reading. And, of course, if you want to have a focus on your personal energy, then you can always book a personal reading with me. All those details are in the description. Now, you're going to love this. We're looking at your overall energy. That card just fell out. I want to show you what we got over here. So, for this page of Pentacles, so remember, pages are like epiphanies. It's like realizations. It's almost like a brave step. It's like a mind opening. It's like a mind shift. It's about looking things in a almost like an altered sort of way, which generally leads to positive change, because it's about looking things in a different way, but in a healthy, different sort of way, in a constructive, different sort of way. That's what Pages is a lot about. And if you look at this, this image, this is a person having all their love over here with this sort of dress. This is you, this is your emotions, this is your fear, this is your confidence, this is your heart's desires, this is your wishes, this is your dreams, this is sort of like your goal for your life, okay? And this is you realizing that, well, maybe there's space for this flower in my bouquet. All right, that's beautiful, actually. And what you had over here, you've got the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is just amazing. And then you've got the Knight of Swords over here, writing a new story for yourself over there. Knight is also about taking some sort of action, which can be a little bit of a warning sometimes, because Knights can go a little far, a little soon, but not in your case. You've got the Eight of Pentacles there as well. So this is amazing when you just look at it. So you've got the Eight of Swords in the reverse position, thinking a new way up, and then starting something new, looking towards something new. This is great, because this is a space of no more self-sabotage, no more hiding, no more running away, looking at things in a different way. How can I do things better? How can I make things differently? There with the Eight of Pentacles, how can I make things work in a beautiful way? I love that. So in the recent past, let's look at the Temperance energy. Let's look at that new sort of essence, that vibe, that flow, that vibrance that started to flow into your life. Because in everything that I do, for me, the goal is always to help you to find that magic inside of you. And we all have it. It's not, and I know I'm going slightly off the point now, but even with psychic ability, and I've been saying this to people all my life, I'm one of those people that have been born with this powerful psychic connection, but it also has quite a lot to do with the fact that I had a near-death experience when I was born, But psychic ability is something that can be that can be learned. You can be taught how to, and I'm busy creating an online course for that at the moment. But you know, you can learn how to access different brain waves, brain patterns, basically. And so what would have happened for you when you made this powerful connection, like, and if you just sort of look at that, Taurus, it would have been in a space, maybe you were very calm, you got a sense of clarity, maybe you just woke up, you were just about to sleep, maybe you meditated, had a good walk, but it's like you were in a different sort of mind frame. You accepted a different reality for yourself, and a beautiful one, by that way. Let's look at the Temperance card there in the recent past. Yeah, there was a space of stillness there that was required with that Hermit energy. Maybe you were dealing with a Virgo, and they were like, listen, I'd love to be with you, but you're going to have to sort yourself out. It feels like there was that sort of conversation that might have taken place, you know. Let's look at this one card for the Six of Voices in your current space. Oh my goodness. The change in mindset brought everything about. Aquarius energy. Maybe you're dealing with Aquarius. Maybe you got Aquarius in your chart. Maybe you open your heart to an Aquarius. Let's look at the Sun energy in what's coming towards you. I love this. This is so beautiful. I love this. Let's see. It'll be amazing to see where this pattern is going forward for you. These cards just flipped around. So you've got the, and I just want to show you how incredible this is with the Sun energy they're coming towards you. This is your cup flowing over. Ace of Pentacles, you know. And then King of Pentacles here. This card's the King of Pentacles. The cup flowing over, but really owning that love because your heart is healed. Okay, so this is a space where you sort of realize your worth and your value, and I love that. Let's see what we've got for you from the Keepers of Light. Oh, this card came out right away. The Mariam, Sacred Vision. Yes, this is you seeing the beauty of what your life can be. Choose to forgive in order to heal. So if you may be still holding on to anything from the past, Taurus, this is the time to let that go. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And when we speak about love having no boundaries, it doesn't mean that everybody can just do whatever they want to do and you're just going to sort of like, you know, carpe diem that. What it's speaking about is that real love, true love, this space that's being presented to you at the moment that you are being encouraged to open your heart for. This is that space that it is this love that can just grow and grow and grow and grow. It's beautiful. It's like when we put some seeds in the ground, say maybe for lilies or something like that grows quite easily. You know, you put in like a couple of seeds and it just keeps on growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And this is a space that we're talking about. This is a connection that grows, that has got the potential. Let me put it to you like this. This is a connection that has the potential to grow in a beautiful space. I do see a bit of concern here for some of you. I do see a little bit of fear here for some of you. Some of you have been hurt very badly in the past. And it's normal to feel that way. You know, it's normal to be concerned. It's normal to feel fear. But you are being encouraged to open your heart and to speak to the universe, to the greater source that we have, and to say, you know what? I'm ready for love. I'd like to open my heart. I'm a little scared. I'm a little concerned. I don't feel all that brave. And that's okay. Because remember, you are a human being. And as human beings, we've got our fears. That's just who we are, you know. But this is a space where you are encouraged to have faith and to have trust that this connection can work out, because it actually can, but there is a little bit of fear that's standing here in the way. Okay, it's going to be very interesting to see what's happening in your next reading, Taurus. So I'm just going to wrap this up, obviously, and then I'm going to go to your next ones. But I wish you all the best. I wish you beauty, love, and light. If the reading resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking the video. I see some of you have already liked it. I really appreciate that, because that lets my channel grow. And, you know, also you're obviously invited to subscribe to the channel and to hit that notification bell. But apart from all of that, from my heart, namaste, love and light.